fine, sir. So we are starting with the actual session, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. So I, Reena Bhutada, I will introduce myself because many parents doesn't know me because this link been viral. So let me introduce myself. I'm Reena Bhutada. I'm career counselor and director at Abhinav Career Scope Pune. I conduct aptitude tests and its counseling. I also conduct one-to-one counseling for clearing all the parents and student doubts. I involved into admission process counseling for engineering, medical, architecture, design, and many more fields. I also involved into abroad education counseling for undergraduate course in USA, UK, and Canada. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Currently
I'm running 18 WhatsApp group of parents whose like students from 8 to 12 standard where we are updating on each and every details and information related to education. So through these groups, I guide all the parents on each and every career opportunities, each and every notification of the exams, coaching, the students and parents, true reviews about all the coachings and colleges. So this is my small activity, and also I'm a author of engineering cutoff book. I'm publishing since 8 years. So I'm doing that work also. So this is about me. Now I'm going to introduce today's speaker, Dr. Arvind Natu, sir. Sir, today I'm very much grateful to introduce great personality and scientist of our country, Dr. Arvind Anand Natu, sir, who is senior scientist in Indian of Science Education and Research, that is IISER Pune, and National Chemical Laboratory Pune, popularly known as NCL Pune. Actually, sir, a short profile is of 9 pages, and I can read the highlights out of it, so we can all understand the today's speaker with a great experience in science field. So I'm really very feeling very proud and lucky to have a speaker like Natu sir. His major highlights are: Sir is awarded Cross Order of Merit, which is highest civilian award for foreigners by the German president. Sir is chairman of Board of Governors IISER Kolkata. He is German Research Ambassador since 2007. He is working as senior scientist for last 40 years in National Chemical Laboratory NCL and IISER in organic and medicinal chemistry. Research in Germany and several countries abroad, involved in conceptualization, planning and execution of 600 crore rupees IISER Pune project and 100 crore rupees IISER Tirupati of MHRD Government of India. He served pharmaceutical industries in India and abroad in various capacities as director, consultant in discovery, process development and management and IPR, etc. Sir is having teaching experience at master's and PhD level in India and abroad, involved in Indo-German collaborative activities in science, education and technology. Involved, he lead Indian chemistry Olympiad teams in Budapest, Cambridge and Georgia and came out with flying colors. Sir is active Vignan Prasarak and he delivered more than 300 lectures on opportunities in basic sciences. About his publications, he published more than 150 papers in journals and conferences. There are 4 patents to his credit and he also transferred process to 4 industries. Mission of Sir is to motivate the young potential students to study sciences. Today, I'm extremely honored, sir, to have you with us on this webinar platform, Career Knowledge Series by Abhinav Career Scope. With this, I request sir to take the charge and please give us information on career opportunities in pure sciences. Over to you, sir. Sir, I will request, can you unnote this because some...
Yeah, somebody is trying to
Yes, sir.
annotate. So will you please ask them to completely remove it? There is in fact a button in front of you where you
Yes,
can
sir.
prevent everybody to.
Sir, this is Preetha. You can just simply click on more option on that green bar on
Sir,
the top.
from my side, it's not. I'm not able.
Ah.
You went on
Okay, and there what I should do?
disable annotations for participants.
Acha, disable annotation for others. I have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
right,
sir.
right.
Okay. Okay, I click on that then. Is it okay now? But how this annotation will go?
Yeah, that's what.
See, my screen is not to be seen at all, only annotations.
Sir, can you please share screen once again?
I will.
I will request students, please, not to do this. Actually, I'm not expecting this. So this is my kind
This is okay
request.
now? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's perfect now.
Okay, fine. Should we start?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning. Don't you? Good morning to all of you. I'm very much thankful to you that you are gathered in this number even on Sunday morning by bypassing several of your routine activities. What I'll be talking to you today is about opportunities in basic science. The first photograph that you see on the screen is the name of the IISER Pune in 2006, where we started in 2000, about 10,000 square feet, the top floor of the same building. And why I wanted to show this picture is at the end, I will show you how we have entered into about 4 lakh square feet as on today. This is my name. This is my uh, uh, and this is the IISER building, and you can approach me anytime on IISER this thing. This is just to show you the transit from 10,000 to 4 lakhs so that you will know that everything starts on a very small way only. Okay. When I talk to the student, Rina, these people entered in the waiting room that I'm just crossing it off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
Talk to a 10th or almost all students are from 10th and onwards, or how is it?
Yes, sir. Majorly like 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Okay, fine. Then that is perfectly okay. There is no problem. Uh, See, when I talk to a 10th or 11th class student, 90% of the students come out and say, we'd like to go for engineering or we'll go for technology. Not go bad at all. India needs a lot of technologies, a lot of this one. But the my real problem is, if I ask somebody, what is this engineering you are going to learn? What is the technology what is the difference? Unfortunately, even the top boys who have secured more than 90% marks are unable to answer this question because they have never studied, they don't know really what is technology, what is engineering, and so on. So how they decide, we'll see later on. Here I have shown you two pictures. One is of basic sciences, where this fellow is doing the experiment here. And this is based on anxiety. He would like to know why this is happening. So this is a how picture of basic sciences. This is a technology, and each technology, high technology, is always based on very high science. Let it be engineering, let it be chemical technology, let it be anything. It has to be based on basic sciences. So there cannot be a high technology without a high science. Then what is the difference? Difference here, you ask the question how. how, when, and so on and so forth. Whereas here the question is answered anyhow. So this is the difference between how and anyhow. Anyhow is technology and how is basic sciences. And any high technology is always dependent on always high sciences. Okay. Now, when I talk to any student, if I tell them you should do research, then my God, it's a terrible thing. The way in which the student make faces when I say research, it's very terrible. So what I had done here is, why this bar is coming in between? Can I remove it? Do you see that bar on the slide?
No, sir.
Okay, then it's okay. If you don't see, I don't have any problem. See, when I talk of research, people feel it is something. People feel it can be done in London, Paris, and so on and so forth. I'll tell you now, in next 5 or 10 minutes, I'll spend to remove your phobia about the world research. World research and how it can be done in Pune, Bombay, leave aside Pune, Bombay, in Satara or small villages and cities also. You don't worry about it. Only the 2 or 3 things you need to do. What you need to do is keep your eyes open. Once you keep your eyes open, look for the odd things. If everything is green and if something red is coming, you must observe that. Okay. And then ask the questions why, when, how, and the answer is your research. You got a research problem. For research problem, you don't have to go around the world. You can find out your research problem by sitting in your drawing room, working in your garden, or moving along the road. How? Let's see a few examples, and then it will be very clear to you. This fellow, what is this? This fellow's name is Mark Phelps, and he is the biggest swimmer and won 24 gold medals in Olympics. Believe me, our total tally of gold medal, total medals also is not 24. So he has done that. He's one of the best swimmers. He has all the records and all. But look at his dress. His swimming costume is something really entirely different. This swimming costume is a razor suit. And this razor suit has been specially designed. What is this razor suit? For the best swimmer, what is necessary? 2 things. One is you must swim fast, number one. And secondly, you should be in a position to swim be just below the water level so that you can come up, take oxygen, and go back. Now they wanted this to happen. But how they does occur to you? Then they turned to nature and then came to this. This fellow is shark. Shark, although bulky, can freely swim under the water very nicely. There is no problem. And it floats just near the surface of the water. And why this is? This is because of this typical typical skin complexion of this. If you take it further, you will realize that this combination is responsible. Then people thought, why not we do this? Can we make this structure from elastane, nylon, or urethane, stitch a dress and give it to a swimmer, let him swim. And let us see whether he can swim, have both the properties of the shark. And I tell you one thing, really proved out to true. And then came out with several gold medals. The story to be learned is, we have seen shark number of times, we have seen its skin, but that it never occurred to us, oh, why this? Why is such a bulky fellow can swim? So that kind of inquisitiveness you must have to do the research. Is nothing great. See the object, something different. Ask the questions, why, how, when, why not, and you get the answer. And that has led to one of the biggest technologies right now in the world. This was possible with the help of scientists at Natural History Museum. I must tell you something about Natural History Museum in London. If you go to any museum in the world, there is a first board is seen is don't touch the objects. This is the first thing. Here the first board is Please touch the objects, feel them, and enjoy them. And that's why somebody touched shark, found out that this is possible, and ultimately that has given to this. So simple observation of nature and asking questions has given rise to one of the biggest technology. Not only that, this has given to a big science called computational fluid dynamics, where you can see the shark is swimming and how man should swim. So based on this, totally new dress have been staged. But nowadays, these dresses are not used because first thing, it is very expensive and it takes this has been totally banned also, so there is no problem at all. But what it has taught us, that simple observation of nature leads to research. Let me take one more example now. This is a now this is the electrical of the train. This is a flat design with which the air resistance is minimized and this thing. But people are not now happy with them. What they want is a bullet train. Once they tried this engine with the speed, first thing, it cannot acquire the speed. And the second and the worst part is when it passes through the tunnel, it produces a large sound called boom. And that is called a Shikansen boom. So they said that this design won't work, but we need to turn out to this design. Okay, this is the Shikansen boom. So two things, it should run fast and it should not make noise when it enters and leaves tunnel, because change of medium also it should not make, there should not be any resistance. Fine, no problem. But how people came to know about this? And this has come from our old friend called Kingfisher, or Marathi jala khandya म्हणतात. What is his speciality? When he goes to pick up the fish, change of medium, he wears very smoothly, doesn't know, doesn't make any noise, picks up the fish and goes away. Just like our recent day politicians, they don't know. They approach very slowly and taken. Similarly, about other birds, when they try to catch the fish, when they enter the second medium, they make lot of noise, and the fish goes. So these two properties are incorporated in the beak of a kingfisher. And exactly, if you see this, this has been copied down in bullet train. Can you imagine that such a simple observation of nature by one Japanese scientist felt that if kingfisher can do it, why we cannot do it? And these are now, I had an experience from Beijing to Shanghai to travel about 1,300 kilometers. And although the train is running at 400 kilometers per hour, what you see crumble down on the stop, because there is an advertisement, if the egg trembled, then you can't. I tried my level best to topple down the egg, but I was not successful. So the reason is very simple. Ask the question, and that is the big research and leading to a big technology. You may see that now. I'll give you one more, perhaps last one, an example, where if you see, you have seen, I have not seen shark, I have not seen kingfisher, but this is one phenomena I'm sure nobody has in this auditorium can tell me that he has never fallen down and his knees are broken. When knees are broken, where you just put some haldi, try to hide it from the parents, at least during my days, and used to keep quiet, But in some cases, it heals faster. What happens? The message goes from knee to the brain, maybe in few nanoseconds, and then it comes to chief engineer, plumber, so on. Plumber goes in nanoseconds, repairs. He goes only to that position. He doesn't go anywhere else. But if nobody has bothered to see what it is, how it looks. This is exactly how it looks. This is an artery broken out. You see that RBCs are spread. Then there is something called platelet that gets oxidized and converted into activated platelets. And then there are broken blood vessels and everything. And within no time, these activated platelets and fibrin, they form a nice clot. You see this clot. This has happened in everybody there. How many have asked the question? Why it happens? How it happens? How many people have asked? Probably none of them. I expanded this clot here, and you see this fibrous structure called activated platelets. They bind to the dead RBCs and find a nice clot here. Simple observation. This has led to one of the biggest billion dollar saving technology now. What is that technology? If you see this, there is a pipe technology from Russia to Germany, 6,000 kilometers, just even below the sea, and that is for petroleum. Now what they had done, they have prepared the activated platelets in our laboratory called platelets. And these platelets are put in the petroleum or the liquid. As it flows, if there is a broken seal, just like platelets, it goes and seals. You don't have to do anything. Believe me, the train, the loss in 6,000 kilometers is not more than 2%, whereas our losses are more than 16 to 18%. Just okay, sorry for this disturbance. So, and $1 billion are saved. So simple observation of nature. Nature means your body, clot, and your orchid. Last example is of lotus. Lotus tree doesn't gather water. Simple question for 2 marks from 6th to 12th. But nobody has bothered to see not only that lotus particle, lotus leaves doesn't gather water. It doesn't gather even the dust. Why? Never bother. We never care to see. If this would have been smooth, and then this is water droplet, this is a dirt. If this would have been smooth, then water would have flown over, dust particle, water would have gone and this. But it's not smooth. It is like this. And now you can see, due to centripetal force, water droplet becomes a circular, gathers with a centripetal force and dries away water and this thing. Now this has been used in a paint called Lutusan from lotus, and it is a self-cleaning paint. It claimed to prevent algae and fungi. So lazy like people like me can use this paint very nicely to use this. Simple observation, nothing else. Then there are hundreds of examples which I don't enter. One of us is lizard. Moment you see that all the ladies, this is the only explanation. Lizards are very useful. Now I don't want to give you this. Why it happens? One only reason I tell you, this is because of its typical pause constructions, which has several nanostatic hairs, and because of that, it happens. Where it is used? Very simple. I don't want to go into details. Very simple. Spider-Man, seen in films, no way. There's one Indian cine actor, Shah Rukh Khan, who has also done that in film Badshah, but don't try it. Now in market, you have gecko tapes. Gecko is a name of the lizard. So you can get a gecko tapes which you stick to the shoes and start walking on over. Up till now, 5 kilo weight can raise and raise over. So you please don't try this. But these are the gecko tapes now commercially available. What is very important in all that great, it has to be great to leave it to this. But start on a small scale, identify your own research problems, and you will have several examples. I don't want to go into details. In fact, for 2 hours. Ants, then insects, cockroaches, these are the real model for development of various robots today. Drone, drone has been designed on the basis of insects, not on the human being. last person, wonderful wings of butterfly, and that goes to the mobile. Now, now I leave it to the listeners. They must have something to scratch their heads, and they can tell me actually how these two are related. This is a million, there are 300 patents in last several years. Only one hint I can give you. If you're observing a mobile in the classroom, then the teachers get annoyed. So you want to see some good things. You go out in the sun and see completely dark and disappointed. With this new technology that has been developed by the observing the properties of the butterfly, now you will be able to see the colors. That is the beauty. And that you can try and let me know what is the connection between the two. In IISER, it is always our method that we leave something to the students to solve this problem. Okay. I don't want to now, I would like to now enter into the second part of your career, which is very important from 10th to 12th only. Okay, there's nothing more than that. Because once somebody asked Kumble, what is your plan for next 50 hours? He said, sorry, sir, I would like to have plan for first 5 years. So I request all the parents not to stretch yourself far away. I've seen parents in the 8th standard also deciding that they'll go for IIT. On what they will go to IIT, there's no immaterial. I really respect father's feeling and everything. So, what is the current situation? All advisors are well wishers and have good intentions. Of course, everybody thinks that the student should go. And I hope our today's audience has parents also.
Yes, sir. We have parents also.
Okay, very good. That is the good thing here. So parents, father feels that he should become engineer, mother feels he should become medical doctor, and so on. Good, very good. No problem at all. Because every child, parents wants to do. But the real problem is what the students would like to do. That is the crux of the whole problem. Relatives are pouring advice after 15 days time after the results. Relatives are pouring and just giving one line advice to the student and go away. Oh, you become architect, you become this. That's all, nothing else. Okay, these are at least mature people. Really, what matters is this close friend circle. That is one of the, I will say, most dangerous circles. So parents should see what kind of friend circle they have. Because what the friend circle will tell you, your parent, your student will understand better. They'll say, oh, usne bola hai, ye acha hai, yehi kare. So then somebody calls, these are all amateur boys. I don't want to blame them. But they feel, oh, don't worry, माझ्या बहिणीला काल 30,000 नोकरी मिळाली, आपण तिकडे जाऊया. So out of 10, 8 people decide. And 9th and 10th people who doesn't like any of those things also try to enter that. So be parents, please take care of your friend circle, which is the most important thing, because they spend nowadays more time with you, they have more time with them than you. Then there are teachers, mentor, counselors, there's a media, print, social TV, and so. So barring few exceptions, barring some good exceptions, where they would like to know what the student wants to do. I'm very sorry, this has been the way in which it is done on is, I must say, especially the social media and all of it, is terrible. Nobody cares for what the students want. The tests that has been developed are developed by some foreigners or something like that, and it's very difficult. So therefore, the role of counselors, perhaps Rina is expert and is a very important in all these aspects. So what I suggest, it is better that you find out from the students what they want to do. Suppose if you have any problem, I am always approachable by mail, and we can do that either in IISER or online. There is no other problem. Okay. Okay. I don't want to go into these details because this is my blueprint for 11th standard. Don't go by what I written. I feel, and the first thing and the most important I feel is, please take physics, chemistry, maths, biology, they are the viral pillars of science. I'll just go systematically below, and then that will take out many things from here. These are my personal opinions, and I'm ready to talk on that anytime. All the four is a must. Please treat all the four subjects with equal thought. Somebody tells student your physics is good, then what happens? That fellow concentrates more on physics and all other things are. Okay, and many times this is when they talk about subject, they talk about liking. I like this subject, I have interest, I have inclination. But most of the time, I feel my experience shows that it is the infatuation that attracts them to any school, whether it is physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, whatever. I don't want to. Now let's come to the major question. Few years back, maybe 2 brain surgeon, head of the brain surgery department came to me and he told me, sir, he is dropping one subject. I asked him why. Then said, it is easier to concentrate on 3 subjects than the 4 subjects. I was taken aback. And, and then I said, doctor, are you sure what you're talking about? Then I immediately said, so no, sorry, sir. I asked a simple question. Does our brain have 4 different compartments? Physics, chemistry, maths, biology. You take one and the water goes there. If you extend this logic, if you take 2 subjects, you must get 100% mark. Do you get that? No. So this concentration divide, I can talk to parents at any length on this time. Concentration divide is a misconception. And since this misconception has given rise to another discussion called biology versus mathematics, which is a fiction. In the world right now, today, if you see our Nobel laureates, and if you talk to them, they say mathematics has formed the basis of their thinking, logistic thinking. So biology versus man is a fiction, simple fiction. I'll come back to it. But I know I'm entering a very, very hot topic, which is in the minds of the student. Idea of concentration divide is non-scientific. As I said, our brain is not divided into 4 parts, which takes care of each subject. If your if your time management is good, your son or daughter will be able to do much better with all the 4 subjects in hand. Then let's come to the practical side of it. Like or dislike for biology, mathematics is not student's choice. It is very, very, there are many external factors played in that, and that can be eliminated. Last 2 sentences are very important. By depriving you, by dropping one subject, physics, mathematics or biology, you are depriving him of 50% of the career chances at the early age of 10th, where he doesn't know anything, where his inclinations are not clearly known. It's not his fault. He really doesn't know. I met many very honest students, sir. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. So don't close down the doors of 50% of their chances at an early stage of their life. This. And second, and the most important, is too narrow focus at this stage may be detrimental and lead to frustration at the point of no return. Let me explain. If you narrow down, suppose let us take an example of NEET, because NEET is also something which is very close to. By the way, I was a member of IIT Advanced for several years, so I know the subject very well. I'm not against IITs, they're one of the best in the country, there is absolutely no doubt, or all engineering colleges. But what happens if you have too narrow focus? If you narrow focus in the beginning itself, what happens? If you don't reach there, that leads to frustration. And that, I think, Reena must be also coming across. So what I would study, keep your funnel open. let it be PCMB. I don't say when I say PCMB, you must go to IISER. No way. You can choose IIT, you can take NEET, you can appear for, you can practically do anything that is possible in the science. And why to deprive? And secondly, what the student think, I like biology, I like mathematics. If you judge it properly, the parents themselves can judge and decide what to do. I can talk to them, any parents at length, whenever you want, because this is something which is very controversial and I come across all the time. Finally, I could convince several IIT advanced students who got the getting admissions into IIT. I have very many vouchers for that. So there is no problem. So take PCMB as your pillars of your subject. Then secondly, you must build your own concept tower. I just going to tell you what you should do in 11th and 12th, only 5 simple things which you can do anytime you like. Simple thing is you must have a concept based toppers. Till 10th standard, you are just mugged up and you have worked for the examination. This is the time to come out of that mental frame and you must do the what is the concept based toppers. What is concept based topper? What for it is to be used? It is to be used for board examination. One of the things that I would like to advise you is board examination is one of the most important. Please don't drop. Last 3 years, there are minimum 200 to 300 students who could clear IIT Advanced, but could not get into that because the requisite 75% marks or something like that, 20 percentile, they could not get in the SSC. So don't neglect this board exam. This is very important. And this is entrance examination, which are technique based. There are many things here. You can do that. How to build this concept out? You can start today, even in pandemic day. You take all the textbook, PCMB. I would suggest CBSE textbooks are one of the best textbooks that I have seen. Even for those who are preparing for SAT and all other things, if your basic concepts are prepared from CBSE book, you will be able to handle it much better later on also. To take all the books, take one chapter and convert it to notes. There is a 38 pages thermodynamics chapter. Can you just convert it to 3 pages, not more than 3 pages, where all the only concepts are written, not repetitive stories, examples. You just write one sentence. One sentence should carry out one paragraph in the book. In the beginning, you may find it difficult. You need to read that twice, thrice, 4 times, and you will be able to make concept notes, show it to your teacher, and confirm it. With this, what will happen? When you go for examination, you can have a nice nap for half an hour because now you don't have to go through the whole book, but your concept notes. Your my stress is your concept notes. Last year, the first boy who stood in 12th in Maharashtra, or sorry, CBSE, his notes were circulated for 10,000 rupees. It's of no use because you don't have ownership. And these kind of concept notes ultimately goes to the concept hours. Now this is very easy to understand. You can store right now. I don't have any issues, but there are 2 hurdles. What are those 2 hurdles? One is the ready materials. Concept notes to concept getting this travel is the logical travel and the most important. Whereas if you get the ready materials in hand, 500 questions and their answers, then you might find it tempting, but the flow should be always from concept to questions and not from question to the concept. You cannot understand the concept based on the questions. So please don't. Chemistry in 10 days, mathematics in 6 days, these kinds of books are available. So if you use them, you find it tempting because 500 questions are given and you feel that it is over. No way. So that reading materials and the second is of a very burning question again is the coaching classes. My dear parents, coaching classes, whether you like it or not, there is a part and parcel of our life. I don't say that don't go to coaching classes. Please do go. if you feel that going to coaching class is going to help you, but one thing that you must observe. What is that? You should admit your boy or a daughter to a coaching class which does not stop your thinking. Many coaching classes, the material is served and you are asked to solve. Whereas basic, you are never allowed to think. So please admit, is the parent skill. This is where the parents play a very major role. Take out a coaching class which does not stop your thinking process. I leave it to the parents. So if you go this and go with the concept hours, success is all yours in the board examination. And so two things. Third thing, I don't want I said this, I don't want to go ahead. Only I want to tell two things, two more things. Our mother tongue is not English, and we have to write the question answer English. Let people say anything. Right now, we always think in Marathi because Marathi is my mother tongue. So when it comes, even on the door, if it is written pull, you just think, translate that pull into Oda and then pull. You never think in English. You think in Marathi. In the question examination, what happens? What happens? Question paper is English. You think in Marathi, translate, and this in the modern language, it's called chemical locha in this. So how to avoid that? One of the best way that I feel is every day our comprehensive power is less. That is the worst part. So if you just take out 20 lines every day English, times your textbook anywhere, and try to comprehend in 5 lines or whatever it is. Not summary. There's a difference between comprehension and summary. And if you do that, I'm sure our experience for the last several years reaches, and this doesn't cost you any. Parents can check the comprehension. And as smoothness in the comprehension comes, he will be able to think and finish the paper in time because this will ease out for him to write the question. Okay, so 3. Fourth, you should not, you should lead to the normal life and 11th and 12th. You are not in a cage. People take it in such a way, sometimes I feel bad, that from 6 morning to 9th class, is it a bonded labor? That they are bound by certain times. Time management is the most important. Don't give impression to the students that they are doing something extraordinary. It should be treated normal. Now said, oh, is that how it will happen? I have seen mothers especially, they're banging the boy. I told you, you'll study for 12 hours and today you have studied only 11.5 hours. So go and study for happen. Is it the way? Is it the way to treat the bonded labors? In fact, what I would suggest is the other way around. You ask him to choose his own timetable. In the sense, you tell them, oh, you told me that you will finish 3 chapters in biology today. You finish. It's your choice. Then let him go up to 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. That is his fault. Because he will work, because that is his own problem. Ownership is the most important. So leave it to them. And the last and the most important thing I would like to tell you is you must spend 45 minutes of the time on the sports ground. And this sports activity is very important. I am talking about something which is very, very serious one. See, right now you are studying only for marks, examination, each and every line, each and everything. Whereas you don't draw any pleasure. That's why your things are not getting speed up because you are studying for mugging up, for example. If you spend about 45 minutes, say somebody is playing, say, cricket, let it. So when he hits a 6, he gets the pleasure. That pleasure he should be draw when he solves the physics problem. So I'm very serious. There is a relaxation with the sports, and you know how to draw a pleasure from physics or mathematics by going into the sports. So this also we have experienced, we have practiced, and students are really benefited by doing this. And last thing I would like to tell you that if possible, you must appear for KVPY examination. Why? Now you have started studying conceptually. and your really acid test in the 11th standard is KVPY examination. KVPY, I don't want to give any Googled information because everybody has that. If you go to kvpi.org, you will get it. It is in 11th, 12th, and 13th, 3 years you can get. And one attraction is if you clear that, you till you complete your PhD, you will get 5,000 rupees fellowship for first 2 years, and then 7 or 10,000 rupees if you are pursuing basic sciences. So appear for KVPY. You will know how the questions are conceptually asked. Then, and that is at no cost, no risk. Because even if you fail, doesn't make any difference, you can appear next time. So I suggest to KVPY. So KVPY, sports, comprehension, comprehension, concept hours, and PCMB. With these 5 things, if you go, really, this will be easy. 2 smart tips for those parents: treat them as normal life during the 11th and 12th. Don't give any impression, don't create choking. They said some people put a black flag on their house, my daughter is studying or son is studying. I think I'm afraid many times of going to their house because they may say, oh, you stop breathing, my daughter is studying. So it should not boil down to that level. 2 things you must, this thing, don't bother about anything. When if you're only, you should have one slogan: you have studied well, go and appear for that. Finished. There should not be anything in between. Many times I see the parents putting their nose through the windows and telling, oh, this cutoff is very high, so please take care. Now you tell me whether the cutoff is 260 or 140. It matters after the examination. Can anybody tell me that cutoff helps you to study? No way. Why put unnecessary conditions on them when they go for the examination? Cutoff, number of questions. Don't worry about it. It will go smooth. Tell them that you have studied well and you are going to study for the exam. And that will bring your son at the 12th standard. When it comes out, he is well equipped with everything to accept any challenge. He may go for IIT, he may go for NEET, he may come for IISER, he may become a space scientist, whatever he wants to, if he keeps all this. Okay, so our journey from 11th to 12th, I just described in detail, somewhat detailed, because this is something which is very close to your heart. So conceptual learning, PCMB, KVPY, comprehension, and sports. So this is my so-called Panchasutri advice. Those who would like to take, they can take it. But if they have any doubts, they can ask me anytime. I don't want to go down. Okay. How students pursue their classes? Management, there are IIMs, technology, there are IITs, pure science. What is the option? What is the current option? Very mundane BSc, MSc, and PhD, where the syllabus have not been changed for years together. Nothing is new. I was visiting my alma mater college once and was taking the photograph of the lab. Then they asked me why you are taking photographs. I said, I would like to, I'm seeing the same 50 years old benches where I used to do the experiments. Then demonstrator said, sir, don't worry, experiments are also the same. So that shows we have made very little progress in keeping up with the science. So what does it, it leads to frustration to the students who are going for pure science. It's a mundane time. There's no interdisciplinary approach. And there is nothing, there is no element of research. And hence, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Audible, but I don't know why this thing is not, my presentation is not.
Sir, we are
just
able to
a minute.
see.
Yeah. I'm a useless fellow. I took the wrong mouse in hand, so don't worry about it. There's a divorce between research and education. There is no research, and therefore there is no motivation to the students at all. for coming to science. This was the story before the IISER started. And first thing is examination is the whole way to judge. That means whatever you learn, you have to just vomit out in 3 hours. Those who are expert in that art will get through. So that is not the correct way of doing. So there is no interdisciplinary, there is no research, and the examinations. These are the 3 boring. What is it? Oh, there is no declining the interest in the science. There is no excitement at IISER. You are not giving a good feed to the 11th and 12th class boy who is a young fellow, would like to know something more. These capabilities are very high. And what you are giving? You are just giving mundane things to him. And that rust, that really doesn't galvanize his. So undergraduate teaching in colleges, there is no research, and research in university, NCL, etc., there is no undergraduate teaching. So IISERs are designed to integrate undergraduate courses teaching with high quality research. So we have 2 mandates. One is the research during the this thing, and second is the interdisciplinary. We'll just talk about it. There are 7 IISERs, right from Pune in 2006 to 2016 in Berhampur. And these IISERs, any IISER, any institution is built around 3 things. I can keep on going, but I don't know. How much time do I have, Rina?
Sir, you can continue, sir. No problem.
I'll take about 10 to 15 minutes. Is
No
it okay?
problem, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. If you want to really build a very big empire, which we started, and I'll show you at the end of the day, students is the major faculty we take through KVPY, IIT, and central school boards. Information on Google is available. Right now, we have about 10,000 undergraduates, about 600 PhD centers, 600 PhD students. And soon we'll take it to 1,000 PhD students and 1,000 graduates. Faculty, we have about 130 faculty. I can very proudly say all the 130 faculties are researchers. So anything that is new coming up with research is immediately shared with the students. I'll give you one example. So we have one of the best students, best faculty, and infrastructure, which I'll show you at the end of the day, is of the international levels. I can say that we have spent about 300 crores of rupees, 300 crores just on the infrastructure of for the research and research training. I'll show you what it is, and then we can talk about it perhaps. So now he has found a ways to success. I don't want to go into these details because these are all, sorry. Okay. What we offer, what are the programs that we offer? First program that we offer, and which is very interesting to everybody, is the BS MS dual degree. Is a 5 years degree after 12th, number 1. And the entry is through IIT JEE, is not main, it should be advanced, KVPY, and top 1% of the board are eligible, and details are available right now, it's going on. So it's a 5 years integrated course after 12, okay? We'll see the more details in which you are interested. We are regular PhD after MSc. What we have recently started, if a boy is really good at the BSc level itself, he need not go to MSc at all. We will tap that talent and directly admit him to the course called integrated PhD. There's a new, some 25 top research institutes in the country have come together and started this integrated PhD course. But what we are interested in this 5 years integrated course, what we do in those 5 years. First 4 years, post, this could be 1 plus 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, it changes. It has common courses on physics, chemistry, bio, and maths. Why we give this? Because till 12th, you have studied this subject without knowing what you like. It's a false liking. When I say I like biology, I never studied mathematics. How do I know? And this is a completely dynamic process. I have seen several students who like biology in the 11th and ultimately land up in taking mathematics. So you don't know what you know or what you like. So we give 3 or 4 semesters, compulsory, all the 4 subjects to make you prepared to know what you know. It's a completely student-centric education. You should be in a position. Here, everything is compulsory, and next 4 semester, nothing is compulsory. This is probably only institution where there are 130 choices to select in these 4 semesters. Whatever you want to select. We don't have any objective. You can take any course in any semester, no boundaries, no limits. We don't ask you question why you're taking. But you will get an advice from that. Oh, if you're taking this course in 7th semester, please take preparatory course in 5th semester. Like that, there is a chain, so that will be available. So there is absolutely no problem. This is really student centric, and I don't think there are very few institutes in the world which gives such a wide choice to the students. So here everything is compulsory, then nothing is compulsory. And last 1 year is completely a project, research project, which you need to sit with the guide and decide what you want to do or whatever you want to do. You can do it anywhere in IISER, in Pune University, in Hyderabad, Goa, Germany, USA, wherever you want to. But the research proposal, you have to write, convince that professor, you will be guided for all this. Because nothing is spoon-fed in IISER. You are your own master from day one, and we'll prepare you in that respect. So this can be done. Many people have done the research in their own factories. We don't mind. Why we should bother? So yeah, as long as it is world-class research, we don't have any objection. So this is the correct structure of this. So in all, you have 18 months of research during this, because you do some small research projects, and then you have research project, you have several choices of subject. Only the complaints from the parents is he doesn't come home even in the summer holidays, because he goes say, I want to go to Kolkata to do this project in Indian Institute of Cultivation of Biology and so on. So that is the only complaint, but they'll get the fruits at the latter stage of their life. I don't want to go in this. This is an undergraduate lab where the student has to spend 60% of, this is a typical biology lab, and the students spend about 60% of the time in the lab. If you go just through the equipment that we are seeing here, this must be costing 30-40 crores, and we never care. If they take proper training, they can go and attach, do their research. 60% time needs to be spent in lab, and again the 40% in the classroom. And you can choose your own courses in the practicals, in the labs. You can do anything that you like. That is the crux of the whole problem. So what is so special? One thing is admission criteria. It is only merit based. 3 channels, not to lose any good students. One thing, there is no management quota. I get chits from the top bosses. I said, boss, you know that I can do it. So I'm sorry, I cannot do it. There's no backdoor seat, no management, no capital donation, nothing of that seat. You can lie down your bed and look for our admission process. You can, it's so transparent, you can monitor it. You see, first 2 years are common. Now this 130, 102 has gone to 130 now. Innovative methods of evaluation. That's the most important. Our current method of examination, so terrible. Students are afraid of this examination. They bring fear and fever in the minds of the student. You look at the student going into the examination hall as if they're entering into a den and lion is going to eat them. I feel very bad about it. So in order to remove the root cause, we have removed the annual examinations. But we know we have designed several new methods of evaluation by which we know what the students know and not what the student doesn't. Actually, I gave a talk recently on the innovative method of evaluation, only to take out what the students know, how you take out, what are the ways of doing it and all that. We follow them very strictly. Moderate fees. Our fees are really meager fees. Round and Baner, you pay 25,000 rupees per month for a Montessori kit. We charge 35,000 rupees for the entire semester. And earlier we were giving fellowship to every student. Now that has been restricted. But here I would like to declare publicly, if anybody gets admission and he can't afford the education, we don't want, nobody will be deprived of that opportunity. He should directly approach us and say, sir, this is my condition, this is the thing. We'll see that he is properly placed. He gets a fellowship. So nobody is deprived of his entrance into IISER because on the financial ground. Then we have extend infrastructure. Let me tell you, number 3 computer, number 3 capabilities, high performance computer in country is with us. 8.8 petaflops, if I'm remembering correctly, is situated. It is called Param Brahma, and it is situated in IISER, and anybody with a proper problem can approach them to, they will be given a space. 18 months of research training, global standard research labs. We send students to Germany in the third of, I'm a research ambassador of Germany. So there is a WISE program where we send at least 9 to 10 good students to Germany every year to spend 3 months there, well-paid travel, fellowship, everything. And you can enjoy that with early exposure to international organizations is a very important thing. I don't want to go into these details. One thing I would like to tell you, that our faculty is so active that they bring in new things. Our syllabus is dynamic. How? Gravitational line, February 2016, they came into the existence. They were invented. Within a month, we injected them in our syllabus. So these kind of new things are given to the students very, just for the sake of students, I talk of interdisciplinary. This is really an interdisciplinary arts and science. What are these compounds? These are the chemical compounds, and the photographs are taken with using a technique called photomicrography. You see beautiful artistic pictures, but these are nothing but hydroquinone, urea crystals under cross polarization. It just shows how the science and arts also they go together. There are new science centers of excellence, just like IISER. NICER Bhubaneswar prepares only for atomic energy. IST Trivandrum is for space science. RGIPT Raebareli is for, I think it is a Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology, is for basically oil sciences. Then many IICTs, and they also run courses and to pursue the basic science. So, my dear students and parents, I took you from 11th to 12th. Now 12th to 5 years time I had taken you. Now the real question comes, what you do after 5 years. Before that, let me tell you what we give to the students after 5 years. Then that will automatically give your question. When we started IISER, first batch of students, parents, when they came, we admitted 34. मेरे बच्चे को कितना पैसा मिलेगा? This was the tagline of each parent, and it's worth because the atmosphere was such that whosoever gives me money, I want to put my son out of. And I don't know whether that is changed, because all parents feel that son should be, and should get the money very proud. I had no answer then, because our first bag didn't come. By the way, I am with IISER before 1 year before it started. So there was nothing. I can't answer any questions. But now our 5, 6, 7 batches have come, and proudly I can say, I'll tell you what is my answer to mere bachche ko kitna paisa milega. Before that, I'll just tell you, we just prepare you in these 5 things besides your subject. Training in analytical capability. Marathi jala nirnay kshamata म्हणताय. Can you take a decision? And that we increase from day 1. Day 1, you have to opt for the subject. Day 1, you have to select something. Of course, there is a guidance. Nothing is spoon-fed. Nothing is said, oh, take this subject. Nothing. We test you and then tell you, oh, you take these subjects and go on them. So training and analytical capabilities is a must. Second, nurturing creativity. There are many students who feel that they can do several new things. One fellow recently said, I would like to make a drone which can take up 20 kilos. And we tested, his concept was really good. So I said, don't do regular practical, do these things only. That is your examination. So we nurture the creativity. We nurture the presentation skills. By the time he comes out, I mean, he must have given 70 to 80 presentations. Research methodology and combined with academic excellence and social awareness. What is social awareness? We know, although we are in paradise, just 500 meters away, there are municipal schools where there are no labs. Our students go there, they try to help them. They feel that it's completely voluntary. They go, approach them, talk to them, satisfy them, and do several projects with them. So what we get is a good student and but a good citizen. Now you'll ask me, what is your question to how many now people ask me this question a little bit in a different way. What are the career uh, chances or but what they mean is what is the money that is available? And rightly so. Now I give this answer in two ways. One is you will never repent that by the way, we declare we have data of about 350 past students, which you ask for or you will get it. You will get the contact, you can talk to them, find out how is their. In fact, I feel our past students themselves are the best judge. And you can talk to them very freely on very number of social media and all other things. From my side, I'll tell you one thing, that you will never have to repent that you had admitted your boy to the son to the IISER. And second thing, he will never come back to you and ask what you should do in life. That confidence to accept the challenge, whether it's in research, academics, jobs, or whatever it is completely with him. He will never come back. Have you heard any time I am an IIT boy coming to the parents asking what he should do? Same capabilities we develop. So that if you talk to a fourth year student, they have already started discussing, like matures, what they should do. They'll advise themselves. They talk about among themselves about their career. So practically, although we have a career development center, we don't have any choices. I don't want to give big figures of packages that our students have got because that is not our aim. We don't want to give a full page advertisement saying, oh, this fellow got 12 lakhs. Why? We should not. Our talent that we'll do these things, money will follow. And that is what exactly has happened. You don't have to really bother about anything. Study well, get through properly. You will be automatically guided. Not the guided, you will think yourself what you should do. This assurance nobody will give you at the end of 5 years. So, and good student, so this is where the IISER students are going, just to give a prayer. They go in the research as the number of years are substantially reduced. Why? Because a student comes out of the master's degree with 1.5 years research experience. So America, Japan, India, wherever they go, they can start working on the next day. Whereas a normal student takes out 1 year to get used to. So this is a bigger advantage of this IISER student going for a research anywhere in the world, and they go and do it. There is no problem. Academics, now this is 23 IITs and 26 central universities and 14 world-class universities are going to come. I tell you, academics, if it is there any doubt in the minds of the students, I would like to suggest that from money point of view also it is getting very attracted. An assistant professor in IISER gets minimum 1.25 lakhs, and in the beginning we were given them a housing. So I don't think this is a very bad and attractive this thing. And this is a profession where you can do whatever you want to do and get the money paid for. You tell me a single profession who can do that. Nobody. You can know your own masters, you have your own working hours, but you are paid for reading and thinking. Something very attractive. So I feel research, academics fields are there, industry, pharmaceutical. Let me tell you, we have 25,000 factories, one of the biggest pharma industry in the world, with which I am also associated. But there are very few people who have completely off for chemistry and biology behind the trucks. And this is very, very important. So pharmaceuticals, IBM, IT industries, then is hundreds of mathematics graduate. Mathematics, why? Development of algorithm, not the so-called software, but development of the basic algorithm itself. I was surprised when they were entering into the finance, banks, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, Bombay Stock Exchange, and where they wanted. I was surprised. Electronics, 3 new R&D centers are coming. Biotechnology, biology and chemistry graduates are going. Nanotechnology. Last one is very surprising for me also because I come from the old traditions, but which I changed my mind now. Many of the students are going to financial institutes. This is very important. But because if their analytical capabilities are increased, certainly they will be able to analyze the things very practically. So they go into the financial institutions. IPR, if I tell some of the students have taken law after this thing, and intellectual property right, patent, we don't have good patent attorneys. And some of the patent attorneys are drawing more money than their counterpart. So now this is also a very lucrative field that is going because we don't have really, I tell you, we don't have good patent attorneys by training. Then people like us, which are made to bow that, oh, you have studied chemistry, come on, you learn this thing and become patent attorney or the experts. Very, very true. Then MBAs you can go because CAT examination needs analytical abilities, IAS services, technical writing. Technical writing is a very big when Byju's has taken over. Now people have started, but our students are going to this content writing. There are many companies in Chennai who are doing that, and now most of them have started their own business now. Let me tell you, one of them has started in Pune also, and believe me, till 4 years back, we were disoriented. Now this to new. Even if you're in the 5th year and if you are feeling that you should be in a position to start a good startup, we during the 5 years only we allow him to work in his startup. We give him, we have an incubation level where he can do and work his project. Startup, we'll give him all help, technical, financial, guidance, everything will go. So you will not become only job seekers, but you will be job givers. So that kind of thing. There's a filmmaking, we have one of the best media centers where anybody can go and make film for 5 minutes, any student will guide him. So he can do that. So these are some of the areas where the students going, and alumni are regular visitors and they belong to IISER family. So friends, these are the, I don't want to go into details. These are just some of the glimpses that I took you through. First, I told you what is research, fear about research. Then I told you what you do in IISER for learning basic science for 5 years. And then afterwards, what to do. This is the picture. This is about 4 lakh square feet major building. By the way, anybody can visit IISER by taking right now there are several restrictions, but if you write a mail to outreach@iiserpune.ac.in, anybody can come, students can come, teachers can come, they can come together. We have one of the best science activity center for students, for teachers, everybody, training programs, everybody is continuing through our Badhan Science Activity Center. So we have this facility because we want the student to grow, and there is a big, this out looks nice. You can see this is a lecture hall, about 52 lecture halls are there, right from 25. Some of the courses are taken by 10 students because we don't have electrical engineer 30, civil engineering 30, nothing of that. There can be 100 students in one course and 5 students in it. Then I can gather them in the cafeteria or a garden and sit them and run the courses. I don't have any problems with that. These are the physics. This is the chemistry room with, this is a chemistry room with periodic table. Who invented the periodic table? Mendeleev. So this is a Mendeleev block, this is a Planck's constant, and this is a mathematics laboratory, biology laboratory called G1. These are our classrooms. They're all modern classrooms with everything equipped, computer connections. Then you have your question answer monitoring system. Then you have bell. You can ask questions, give questions, and everything will be recorded. You don't worry. Biometry, everything is there. Only we stick to one old principle, and that is blackboard and chalk. Because we believe that with the blackboard and chalk, you can do much better than anything else. This is our outreach program. See the corporation girl, 9th standard girl, first time wearing safety guard and doing experiment in nanotechnology. This is our success. They are allowed to do experiment. They are allowed to take practicals. This is how we were in 2006 when we got this plot of 98 acres. And now this is how it will look, about more than 4.5 lakhs of this. Anybody can come and see either from Pashan Gate or the other gate. This was the concept plan, and this was the Google map today, which you can see it very easily. This is our gate. I'm sorry, I'm showing the old gate. This is on Pashan Gate. And our aim is to make International Institute of highest scientific caliber in terms of student training and research simultaneously to meet the societal needs. Ultimately, we should work towards a common aim, and that is the societal needs. So with this, I would like to stop here. And I'm sure Rina, I'm sorry if I am excited, but if I want to convince somebody, I need to talk with the passion, because I am associated with IISER with a barren land. So I am now a part of it. I'm proud of it. So now I am free to any question answers that you like.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Right now I'm feeling like I am in IISER. एकदम फिरून आल्यासारखं वाटतंय पूर्ण आयसर मधनं.
Let me share with you.
Yes,
two
sir.
Padma Vibhushans walked through IISER. I was
Yes.
showing them. I don't want to name them. They're top scientists. And they asked me, Natu, can we join IISER? We feel like sitting here. Then I said, sir, sorry, sir. You will not be able to pass our entrance examination. So anybody can come and see. There is no problem.
Yes, sir. It's like extreme, म्हणजे काही वर्ड्सच नाहीयेत याला. आणि like I'm feeling really great to take this all the information basic to advanced. You have covered each and everything, right from 10th, 11th, 12th, after 5 years also, and after 5 years, like where they can get the job placements, and each and everything you have covered, sir. But still we have
By
some
the
questions.
way,
Yes,
let me tell you one thing. We have a career development center. But
okay.
let me confess that we don't have much work, because everybody finds out his own ways.
Yes, sir.
But,
Yeah.
sorry.
So I'm asking the question on behalf of parents. The
Yeah.
first question is by Pramila Sunil Kumar. She's asking how to figure out whether a person has research mindset, better suited for research than engineering, or better suited for engineering for now and later go to the research.
Yeah. I have partly replied your question.
Yes, sir.
See, it's very difficult to decide at the 10th standard. Let me tell you, let anybody do aptitude test, inclination test and whatever. That just gives you a rule. It's very difficult to know what he would like to do. I have seen students, by the way, when we take IIT students who don't take biology, when they study biology, they join biology for the mainstream, because they don't have exposure to all the subjects. So my answer to this is, if you are exposed to them for all the four subjects for 2 years, you will be able to judge their inclination. Can I take a little bit more time to explain this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sure, sure.
As I don't want to name, there are two parents, both are MD and MS, have wonderful hospital, and then They had nurtured, they said you should go in for NEET, and as usual, he has to just pass and come and sit in the hospital. But somehow I met them and I insisted, okay, you take NEET, I don't have, but give a chance, why not? And now that boy, the parents are complaining, that boy he has taken PCMB. If somebody asks me personally, I can share the names, there is no problem. PCMB, he got admissions in AIMS in Delhi. He got admissions in IIT and he got it in IISER. I tell you, he's the first in top 20s in Maharashtra. So, and when I talked to him, when I was talking to him thoroughly, I realized that this fellow can really do research. He has art for research. And then I suggested, don't go against his will and let him continue in research. So at 10th, very difficult. But as the inclination goes on, these are called formative years of education. You will be able to guide them or tell them whether they need. And jokingly, they say, if you have problem, come bring the boy to me. I'll see that whether he has the inclination. But really, it's very difficult to judge at 10th standard. But I have seen in Pune people who judge it at 8th standard also. Hats off to them.
Very correct, sir. Actually, we can't like decide that yes, this student can do the this career perfectly, right? We need
Yeah.
to do the exploration. We need to like give the all
Give him
experience.
opportunities. Give him
Exactly.
opportunities.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So that is very true, sir. The next question by Mr. Sanjay Joshi. IISER, NCL, Ayuka, like world-class science research institutes are in Pune, Maharashtra. But one can rarely find Pune, Maharashtra in these institutes. Are we missing something to penetrate pure sciences like among school, college students? Or glitter of IT superseded their mind to devote life in pure science?
Who has asked this question?
Sanjay Joshi, sir.
Sanjay, you have given the answer also. You know that why Ayuka and this thing. First thing is this question is little bit twisted, in the sense, IISER, Ayuka, and if you see the local students are very less, that is 100% true. But that is the story of all India, all India institutes. No? These are not the regional institutes. These are all India institutes. Admissions are given, combined admissions. If you are top in the merit, you will get your choice. Just like IIT. By the way, now IIT also allowed through JOSA, joint organization for seat allotment or something. So we also follow the same route. So these are all India institutes. Now, second question that is coming to you. Yes, our awareness, we don't want to become aware because of the IT's black box. Let me tell you. That has so much enchanted us. Although we fully know that now there is no place for the mediocres, even in IT industries. But still we are doing it. Because one thing, we don't have awareness, and where there is an awareness, people are sleeping. See, you can make, if you are awake, if you are just sleeping, you can make them awake. But if you are pretending that you are sleeping, you can never be awake. So I tell you, it is a failure on part of IISER to bring enough awareness amongst the public. I myself, I go to, and now I know that not only in metros it lies in several small cities. So we nurture several students which you could not have imagined to come from remote places like Dodamarg, Bengurla, Chandrapur, Yavatmal. I'm telling you districts, not the places where we have nurtured the talents and they have. So, question to your answer is, yes, there is less representative, but because it is an all India institute, they go everywhere. Number two, because there is awareness we are trying to spread. By the way, let me appeal to the parents, if they want to gather a meeting in their building, society, social organization, Rotary clubs, we are ready to help you to come and talk to them. I had done that. I have been doing it also regularly. But I can do that. to help you with this awareness. Is it okay, Mr. Joshi?
Thank you so much, sir.
Next.
Sir, you can stop your sharing screen also if like no other these things.
Okay, there is new share where I stop sharing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Ah,
so much. Yes, sir.
oh, now you are highlighted.
No, sir. You will be highlighted once I ask the question.
No, no,
Actually,
it's
yes, sir.
okay. Ah,
Next question by
Joshi.
Sucheta Vaidya.
Yeah.
Other than IISER, what are the opportunities in research and how to approach for career opportunities in IISER?
Career opportunities, I answer how to come. I explained admission procedure, everything on the website. I don't want to go into details. That is true.
Yes, sir. Mhm.
There are several research institutes. For that, you need to be either bachelor's or master's, depending, and then only you can join PhD. You can't join PhD just like after 12th or anywhere in the world also. So that is number one. And what was the other question?
Uh, Other than IISER, what are the opportunities in research and how to
Ah,
approach for?
oh, yes. There are Pune, you are really lucky that you had top 17 world-class research organization, which itself we don't know. There's an IISER, there is an IITM, there is an IISER, IITM, DRDO, IUCA, NCRA, NCCS, and NIV, and we are not aware of it. But entry to them is not direct. It is always after MSc or master's degree. Generally, one proceeds to the degree. There is no doubt about it. But in Pune, you are fortunate. But again, let me tell you, if you want to enter into research career, you have to take out that Pune cover or the what you say, your love for the Pune. By the way, IISER is compulsory, hostel is compulsory. So perhaps for first 2 weeks, student will come back to home, but afterwards he'll say, "Mom, I have some research project. I am engaged. I won't be able to come." Okay.
Thank you, sir. The next question by Dhadwe Sejal. Do I need to take any special coaching if I want to be scientist at IISER? And where shall I approach exactly after 10 so that I can get the proper track of IISER?
Proper, if I want, see, these are the buzzwords that are coming up mainly for the engineering and medical, because there you need to keep a track, you know, as Reena is very good in doing that. For IISER, you don't need to really keep a track. IISERs are independent. As I said, there are only 7 IISERs, so there is no other problem with the IISERs. You can go, you can keep on watching our websites if you want, but I would suggest better not. Why unnecessary bother? When it comes to 12th standard, you see the things, what are the options. But what you can do is, in order to nurture or cultivate your science, there are many other platforms in Pune city. For example, there is a Bal Vaijnanik Prayogshala on Senavati Bapat Road, which runs very smoothly. There, Saturday, Sunday, you can go. There is a Saturday science clubs are there. So you can join one of them and keep on nurturing your creativity, your anxiety, how to ask questions and so on and so on. You can do that. But there is no separate to track to keep, because it keeps on changing, and don't waste your time in doing that.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, next question has been asked by Deepali Bapat. Currently, everyone is running behind the IIT JEE as a student. Think it take long time for pure sciences. What is your opinion about this?
My opinion is a little bit beyond the scope of this talk, but I can still share. We have neglected basic sciences from day one, because when we became independent, it was necessary to build dams, erect factories. So more attention was paid to the technology anyhow. I showed you 2 pictures, how and anyhow. But we have forgotten that anyhow depends on how. And these were extremely neglected research component at the undergraduate level and all the things. Better late than never, and this is also a drop in the ocean. So now we have started and now will come up. There is no problem. By the way, let me tell you, IISER stands third in the country in all the research publications given by the Nature. And other two are, of course, IISc Bangalore, which is 125-year-old, IITs, which are now practically 70 years old, and we are just 13 or 14 years old.
That is a great, sir. The next question, little career opportunities in renewable energy, earth and climate sciences, and sustainability and environmental science.
Correct. These are the upcoming areas in next 5 to 10 years. Alternative source of energy, and I'm happy to share with you, very happy to share with you that we have leading scientists in this country working in the field of energy, sustainable energy, development of battery materials, new materials for the batteries, solar energy, and all kinds of things. We are running a very big project with the help of one of the topmost company in the world to run the work on energy. We are a school of energy in a way. That is, what are the others? Energy, and what is the other one?
Earth and climate sciences.
Earth and climate science. We have a separate department of 15 people who are in collaboration with IITM, which is next door. We are running many projects on climatology, uh, then various kind of earthquakes and all other things, geobiology, geochemistry, geoscience, all those things are geophysics, everything is in place. And these are the some of the upcoming areas of research in the years to come.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, many questions are like, what are the roadmap to space scientists, astrophysics? What are the opportunities for chemistry and physics, biology? So those are the like many questions. So can
One
you
thing
just...
I would like to tell you,
Yes, sir.
students, when they talk right now, is a fashion to talk about five things: space physics or the astrophysics. Secondly, nanotechnology. Third is biotechnology. And now all buzzwords like artificial intelligence and so on. I tell them, you are in 12th standard. You want to do research in this. I'm very happy about it. But first, your basic physics, basic biology, basic chemistry has to prepare, and will prepare you for that. For space physics, after 12th standard, there is no degree. It might come, but which is a totally misleading. So these are the buzzwords, and we are entering into that. We have few scientists who have come from the NCRA or TIFR who are working in space physics, and they are doing well. And these are the areas, upcoming areas. I'm very happy about it. And there are people who are working on it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
By the way, when I say something, you may thinking, oh, you are talking, giving positive ways. You just go to our website and find out who is doing what, and then you will get the answer.
Yes, sir. Now, most of the questions we have covered. Now, this is a last question. More than a corporate job, want to know what exactly people do in research, and do they have decent earnings in research? May not be like corporates.
First thing, I would like to say something. In the corporate world itself, there is a research. Don't think that corporates are different than the research. You take take example of my area, pharma industry. How many corporate top houses are there? Multinational companies are there. Indian companies are there. And they are also their executives. They are corporates. But basically, they're busy in R&D research and developments. And nowadays, they draw more or less very comfortable salaries. You just open a page of nowadays annual reports are available. You go to any top pharma company's annual report and find out yourself how much the research and development presidents, vice president they are drawing. They are drawing equivalent. As I said, you will never repent that you have studied basic sciences. That much I can assure you, our student working in Unilever, our student working in Philips, Holland, our students working in Shell. Are, remember, let me tell you one thing. Shell, but what we are proud of more is Shell gives 75 PhD fellowships everywhere throughout the world, and for which they ask for the application, where you need to submit your own project. Let me tell you, I'm proud. 5 students from IISER Pune had joined Shell Netherlands to do their PhD with full-fledged salary. Okay, money is quite enough. I tell you, I assure you, there is no doubt about it.
Thank you so much, sir. This is like over with all the questions. Now, like takeaway from your session was like extremely important. So I will just brief out few things, and I'm really happy, sir. I met you first time, but I am doing in one-to-one counseling. The basic things which you told in your session was really brilliant, and I'm covering in one-to-one counseling. Please do not do crowd following. That is very important thing. Always we recommend student to take the PCMB so that your mathematical ability will support you for each and all the subjects in future also. So these are the things. Everything starts with small is really very important. How, when, why, and what. These are the like 3W and 1H is very important. It leads to a research. So don't do any crowd following. Don't neglect board exam. This is very important. I always cover in my one-to-one counseling because many times we are like facing the problem that student crack the IIT, JEE, all the exams, CET even, but they are not scoring the eligibility criteria of the percentage. So this is very important actually. Referring of the textbooks and making your conceptual notes are really very important. So these are the takeaways from this webinar, and this is a very informative session. Now I will request Sutar sir from Vidya Vikas Talent to give his all the details about the KVPY. Over to you, Sutar sir. So can you just unmute yourself?
Sudhar, तुम्ही
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Now you, yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. Rina.
Yes, sir. You are audible now. Yes.
From Vidya Vikas Academy runs a guidance center, school competitive exams for last 20 years in Pune. Just like NTSC, STSC, including KVPY for 11th and 12th standard, examinations by state.
Sutar, sir. Yes. Can you unmute yourself? Yes.
Yeah. So just I have told you that we conduct or arrange lectures by experts for NTSC, STSC, scholarship examinations by government. Last 5 to 6 years, we have been arranging lectures by experts and experienced teachers and professors for KVPY. This year, due to Corona, we have changed the mode of guidance. Students this year for 11th standard students for KVPY. And the faculty involved in this project, they are experts, well experienced, and they are from reputed and renowned colleges from Pune. By the end of January 21, we are ready to give all these 430 clock hour video lectures and 95 tests all in a pen drive, so that you can start your preparations well in advance, just after your 10th SSC board exam, or before that also you can start the preparations well in advance. We have tried to give the students proper classroom teaching feel. We have followed CBSE board syllabus, and in the 11th for PCMB there are 67 chapters, and we have designed 67 tests after every chapter, then 25 package tests just after 2 or 3 test units. We don't believe in high drama technological magic shows or lectures. With the help of daily practice 5 MCQs after every lecture, we help the students to develop their logical thinking, reasoning power, analytical power, so that they would be able to answer properly the multiple choice questions in the examination. You know that examination for KVPY always remains online, and it is time-bound activity. The experienced faculty involved in this, I have told you that they are from reputed colleges from Pune. I want to just name them. Professor Neeraj Newsarkar from SP College, he has voluntary retirement. Professor Pramod Jaide, just retired in the month of March last year. Savita Kulkarni, then Dr. Sujata Kale, head of the chemistry department from Garware College. Now she is retired and she is involved in my project. Professor Nachiket Walvekar, Priyanka Kalsetti for chemistry. For mathematics there, Professor Aparna Naidu, Fulbright scholar, she is also involved in this project. She is retired professor from SP College. Dr. Mihir Seth, my student, and he was the past student of IISER from Pune. He has completed his MS from IISER Pune and PhD from Germany. And he is also involved in my project. He has taught 4 more chapters from mathematics. Professor Aparna Godbole, Professor Saili Deshpande, she is a guide for Olympiad mathematics students. And for biology, Professor Neha Pendarkar, now retired principal from Numavi Girls Junior College, and Professor Smita Kulkarni from Garware College, she is the supervisor of Junior College. So by the end of December or January, we can provide all these 430 lectures and 95 tests in a pen drive. And for the 12th standard students, the same way, we can provide them 425 recorded lectures and 95 tests for the students, those who are going to appear for KVPY in the 12th. But for the 12th standard students, we are going to provide them lectures in the month of May 2021. So I request all the parents and students, they can visit our website for further details, www.vidyavigastalent.in. Vidya Seva Parmo Dharma is our motto, and we follow it honestly and sincerely. So thank you very much, Rina ma'am. You have participated me and given me this opportunity to have a talk with parents. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Sutar sir, for all the information. Now, like all the recordings of all the webinars are available on YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Abhinav Career Scope. You can, like, we have total 6 webinar in this career knowledge series. One was like new age career opportunities by Dr. Geet sir. Career opportunities in pharmacy by Dr. Purohit sir. Then career opportunities in NDA by Tejas Patil, and we have also interacted with the students from Premium Institute for JOSA. Like we have discussed with the student who was from Surathkal and the student for design. She is from NIFT Gandhinagar. So we have like total 6 webinar to this series before Diwali, and all the recordings are available on the YouTube channel. And also you can join our WhatsApp groups where you can ask all your basic to advanced queries related to 8 to 12 standards students and their all the curriculum. So now the time of vote of thanks. I would like to thank on behalf of Abhinav Career Scope for to Natu sir especially for giving his valuable time and giving all the insights into career opportunities in pure sciences. Your speech will definitely guide and motivate all the students to take career in pure sciences. I'm also thankful to Mr. Sutar sir of Vidya Vikas Talent Pune to connect with Dr. Natu sir and cooperation in arranging this webinar. Thank you so much, sir. I'm also thankful to all the parents, students who attended all the webinars and even today's webinar with active participation by asking all your questions. This was last lecture in career knowledge series, and we will come back again on new career opportunities in different field with our next series. With this, I thank you once again, all the parents, students, all the speakers who have given their valuable time, valuable information. So thank you so much once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So have a nice day, and like this was amazing session, and I will be forwarding you the recording of this session also. Sir, you are mute, sir. Can you unmute yourself? Sir, you are not audible. Can you just unmute yourself? Yes, sir.
Host is not allowing to participate.
No, sir. Now you are audible.
Now I am audible.
Yes,
See,
sir.
I am very happy to talk to the young students. Of course, today I didn't see young students. Moment I see the young students, I get my passion becomes more and more, because I feel these are the students who are going to build the nation. And therefore, anyhow, we need to cope up with the time. And I'm really thankful to you and Sudhar sir for all these things. And we'll keep on continuing. Let us be in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Yes.